selected through just help by our coaching staff. They helped me, made some phone calls to Knoxville and some other teams in that league, for available spots for defensemen. So I was able to get an opportunity through our coaching staff as well as some other resources. And then I found out right after our last game in Marion.
For me, it's pretty much very similar, just kind of a networking process from our coaching staff. There, I guess we're contacting some teams. It's the same thing as what Travis was saying. And I believe our season ended on Wednesday, and was talking to teams, I think, just a few days after that, even before the weekend. So it was a pretty exciting time, and I was glad I got to go to Norfolk before Mark.
Yeah, same type of thing. It was a mixture of working with our coaching staff here. They did a great job reaching out to teams for us, and also an agent helping us out, and just a mixture of working with people from back home and through playing hockey growing up with, and was able to finally join Jack over there in Norfolk.
I thought the transition was good. It was a new adjustment. Obviously, going down to kind of a new environment, new team, new guys. There's always that kind of adjustment period for us, but the environment was great. Played in front of some awesome people and got to meet some pretty unbelievable people down there as far as coaching staff and fans and ownership groups. So I think that was the biggest transition for myself.
For me personally, the biggest transition was pretty much that first practice, stepping on the ice, pretty nervous, didn't really know what to expect, the speed of the game and stuff like that. So I'd say right before the first practice, a lot of nerves, and in the first game, the first warm-up, I was really nervous too, just kind of didn't know what to expect with the speed of the game in comparison to practice, but all kind of transitioned pretty smoothly after just kind of got my feet under me, so it all worked out.
Yeah, it was a huge transition for me. I was pretty nervous, especially playing at a higher level, but also playing for a coach that's won a couple Stanley Cups, and just the overall skill level. And it was pretty nerve-wracking getting thrown right into a game, not being able to practice. But the coaching staff did a really good job letting me get into the flow of things, and it all worked out.
Some takeaways for myself are, I think, just kind of working on different aspects of my game, trying to perfect my skating, passing, shooting, I guess my vision of the ice. We had a really good coaching staff down there in Knoxville that was able to kind of work on the key points and specifics of each person's game. So I think that, working on that stuff, kind of taking that back here to Lake Forest with me, even back home, to kind of work on those things over the summer, I think that's a really big help, and that's the biggest takeaway for myself.
I'd say for me, just to keep it general, is just, it's just a dream come true for me. It's something that I've always thought of as a kid as the ultimate goal is trying to play professional hockey, and was able to achieve that and have Lake Forest College to thank for that. Just opportunity was given to me here, and I had an opportunity to go play in Norfolk. So the biggest takeaway for me is just a dream come true.
That's a great answer, Jack.
Thank you very much.
I'd say a big takeaway for me was just learning how to become a pro. There's a few things that kind of work differently, and just getting used to being on the road all the time, and that pressure of having to perform every day, or else you have to pack up and go home. So that was the biggest difference for me.
Great answer, Mark.
I thought the biggest difference for myself was just the speed of the game. Guys are a lot faster, can make plays that much quicker. So I think just kind of making that adjustment to the speed of the game, like I said, just making sure as a defenseman we're gapping up with our feet, having good sticks. Those players are very skilled in trying to adapt to that game right away. that was probably the biggest difference, between college and the pro level.
I'd say for me, kind of the same thing that Travis just said. Speed of the game, puck movement's a lot quicker. You got bigger, stronger guys out there on the ice too, so you got to be aware of that. I'd also say defensively, you got to be a lot more aware in your own end, especially with the amount of skill that some teams have up front. So, I'd say just a defensive awareness overall, especially in your own end, and puck movement for sure.
Yeah, I'd say a big difference for me was first that the game is a lot cleaner. So there's more time and space with the puck. College is kind of a run and gun type thing where a lot of guys like to run around and it's a real physical game. But at the pro level, it's a little cleaned up. The guys are really skilled, but it's a tough game, and so also just more awareness in the D zone and everything just moves faster.
I'm actually going back to Knoxville. I'm going to finish this semester out here at Lake Forest. I was fortunate enough to re-sign with them, so I am shipping out of here in late July.
For me, I'm personally running my MCATs this summer. I'm going to be training and working out in the summer as well for an opportunity to play professional hockey. As of now, it's pretty up in the air, so hopefully somewhere in Europe, possibly, maybe back in the East Coast, but as of now, it's a pretty open book. And I just want to point out my favorite memory of the experience was scoring my first goal with my dad there and giving my dad the game puck, so just wanted to let everyone know that.
For me, it's still trying to figure things out. I'm a finance major and trying to figure out the path, but for now, I'm going to have a big summer of training ahead of me and then trying to make a decision on if I'm going back to camp in Norfolk or if it's going to be a different team or if I'm going to choose the professional life and get my life started.